A Toyota Tacoma Mod FAIL, but I'm not going to give up. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive. And that's right, I have had a Tacoma Mod FAIL. This is only the second, I think. There could be another one or two, but off the top of my head, I think this is only the second Tacoma Mod FAIL I've ever had. And the one I'm thinking of was the hood struts in combination with the S&B cold air intake. If you saw that video, I put a cold air intake in from S&B, and I had the Redline tuning hood struts installed. Now, the brand doesn't make a difference because either way, the S&B cold air intake does not fit with hood struts installed. There's just not enough room to put the bracket in on the front and then have the hood struts actually clear the lid of the S&B cold air intake. So I had to get rid of one. I got rid of the hood strut on the passenger side. I did leave the driver's side when I had that fail. So it was kind of only a partial fail, a half fail, because I still did have use of that hood strut on the driver's side. This, of course, was on my Voodoo Blue Tacoma, and it is the driving reason why I have not put the S&B cold air intake in my current Tacoma. We shall see. That's to be addressed in the future. But I did have a mod fail, and it's really a size fail. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I believe I had made a video kind of showing you guys my thinking for this mod. And what it is, got to go ahead and open things up. Of course, we have my new pull here. This thing is awesome. This should still be standard on the truck. I don't know why they took it out, to save a few bucks, I suppose. But we need to go ahead and pop off the headrest here. See if I can do that one hand. I think I can. Well, I used to be able to. There we go. We'll set that aside. You can see the fail right there. But let me show you what I was going to do with it. We'll pop this down, and my thinking was, you know, there's not a ton of storage in the Tacoma. There is some. Of course, we have a bit behind each seat, and then the center console, I guess. That's really about it. Now, we did used to have a little more storage back here. Of course, I have the one little bin over here. We used to have another one over there, but Toyota decided to get cheap and remove that one. I did put it back in my Voodoo Blue truck, and there's a video about that if you want to check it out on the channel. But inside the truck, I got to thinking, you know, we have this void back here, and if you sit stuff in there, it's just going to rattle around and take up space, and then it'll be gone. How could I expand that area? So what I was thinking was to put some sort of a panel on the back of the seat. This plastic piece comes off. There's a couple of areas you remove here and here, and then it just screws off from what I've seen. So you pull this thing off, and then you mount yourself some kind of a Velcro panel or a tactical panel on the back of the seat. Now, the idea with that is to be able to hang stuff on the back of that seat, and I'll give you an example. My buddy Randall actually gave me this awesome first aid kit, and I was going to put it in my Jeep Gladiator, but I decided, nah, I'll probably put it in the Tacoma. So I did not want to just drop it back here, and obviously I could. I could just drop it back here, shut it up, and be done with it, and it takes up about half of the space that's available here. But that wasn't good enough. What I figured I would do is with this and other things, and I would utilize this on the other seat as well, but I would put the panel back there and then adhere this to it. This may not fit here. It may have to go on the other side actually, but I would Velcro to it and then close it up and still have some room underneath to be able to store stuff. And then when I wanted to access things like that, and there would be other things on this, I would just have to put the seat down and voila! There is all of my stuff stowed neatly in here via Velcro. But as I said, this is a mod fail, and it's a fail because the piece that I want to put on, now I could mount it this way, but then I'm limited in the number of areas that I can Velcro to, unless I flip it around and use this side. Then I suppose I would have this area I could Velcro to. But I didn't want to do that. My thinking was to put it across this way so that I could utilize as much of this panel as I could and still not run into the back area. But the problem is this is just a bit too wide. I wanted to be able to screw it down in between these ribs. I didn't want to go through these ribs because I want it to screw down flat, if you will. And there's an important thing about this. I didn't want to glue it on or use an adhesive back or anything because I want it to stay. So I wanted to screw through. And that's why having these grommets is important, because I wanted to slap a washer on there, put a bolt on the other side, whatever, and screw them down securely. The problem is it's too wide. If you look, and I want to go up to this lip, this edge, it's too long on the other side. So if I sit it in there like that, it overlaps this front area here. Now, I'm being picky in doing this, I realize, because I could just drill the hole there, and I may end up doing that and push it down, but it's not going to sit evenly. It's going to be chalked up because of this little lip area right here. And I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I don't want it to be that way. I want it to sit flush in this area. You know, if you're going to do something, I think you should do it right. So this is a mod fail because this panel does not fit. Now, I'm guessing it'll fit on the other side, maybe a couple of these, because of course I do have more space over there, and should be able to do something with this on the other side. So it's not a complete waste, except for this side. It just does not fit. Again, I could turn it this way, but again, being the perfectionist, it just doesn't look right to me like that. It looks like somebody just slapped it on. I think it would have a much more finished look if it was actually sitting this way, right into this little area. And even better, if I could get it long enough to go right up to the edge, that would be perfect. So that's where I am right now with this mod. Gives you kind of a preview, I guess, as to what I'm going to do. I need to find a piece that's going to fit in this space properly, so that I can make a nice, neat looking kind of OEM, if you will, look finish, or finished look, I should say. That's my plan. That's my mod fail. That was going to be my my mod today that I was going to do on the Tacoma, but I guess not. Anyway, leave a comment. If you've ever done anything like that, put something on the back to be able to secure things down, I'd be really curious to know, particularly what you used. Let me know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Robmotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator, and Robmotive FST, all about full-size trucks. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.